There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Passion and grace until he was cursed for eternity.
Naughty, wicked Spike.
Now,
the pain, it's searing, blinding.
Love brings two enemies together.
Something's happening to me. Can't stop thinking about you.
A vampire and a slayer. It wouldn't be the first time.
You can't deny it. There's something between us.
Spike.
A special Buffy Valentine.
Boy, they sure make it seem right. This is very misleading promo there. Welcome back, everybody, and we're doing Buffy and Angel, the downward slide down the end of season 5 of Buffy and season 2 of Angel. I've got Toonie Boy, I've got Northern, I've got Critter, I got the whole crew up in here today, and we're going to talk about a couple of banger episodes. One of my very favorite. It's a Spike-centric episode with Crush, so of course it's going to be one of my favorites, and I wholeheartedly enjoy it. Gentlemen, how are we this morning?
We're doing absolutely brilliant. I am splendid as always. Thanks. And making this episode a Valentine's episode was just diabolical.
It
really was aired like that weekend of February 14th back in the day.
The week of, because it was a new Tuesday. I believe it was Tuesday. So I think this was actually like the 13th, if I'm right. And I remember it that way because my wedding anniversary to my second wife was February 13th. So
that's a great point Toonie makes. That like they basically timed it up perfectly.
Pretty much. It was Valentine's Day week, if nothing else. So yeah, no, it was good. Northern, you doing all right, bud?
Yeah, and yes, I do love this episode. Cannot wait to get into this.
Yeah. So we kind of fall into some very good continuity and logical consistency, so I do like it, but then there's like one glaring one right at the beginning that I kind of take issue with, but I'm willing to forgive it. I'm actually curious what you guys' thoughts are with it. So the big thing being what happened the previous week in Triangle with, Olaf the troll fucking the place up, and everybody's kind of partying at the Bronze, kind of partying but kind of not. Because Buffy seems like, she's just sitting there all by herself. And like, why are all her friends fucking dancing and just being merry and shit like that? And then Buffy's like sitting, like, no one thought, like, let me chill with Buffy. I mean, I get it. We're supposed to be looking at her. It's Valentine's Day. She doesn't have nobody and everybody else has somebody in her friends group. Everyone's kind of partying and having fun at the Bronze. And is it, I don't know, man. I think I've said this in a previous stream. Isn't it kind of weird that these college-age kids and fucking adults like Xander with a construction job are still hanging out the same fucking place that they hung out at when they were 15 and 16?
The show could only afford one set.
Well, yeah. I mean, I believe it in terms of like the main Scooby Gang, because yeah, they've got nostalgia for the area. But in terms of like everybody else, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's,
I mean, like to be really extra nerdy, does Sunnydale, if you go through all the episodes and all the books, how many bars are open late that serve drinks in the town of Sunnydale?
Probably loads. I mean, everybody.
The only other place is Willie's bar that I'm kind of aware of.
So I mean, with you want to talk about other shows where like Friends, they're always at the coffee shop. So what? I
well, you got me there. You do got me there. But I mean,
it's a nitpick. It's just a funny one.
Yeah. So Spike comes up and he's dressed as Ian from Passion of the Nerd pointed out in an outfit we've never seen him in before. Kind of just coming up to Buffy, and he's really cranking his bullshit up to 11 with the fucking trying to be friendly with her. And Buffy's being a little bit too extra, if I'm being honest. I try to
that was a pretty brutal shutdown. I mean, I know he's a vampire and wants to kill each other, but like,
yeah, but they've hung out before.
A little professional courtesy.
A little professional courtesy would be cool.
I know. Plus, you know, he did actually help her out with Glory, and then she fucking just sandbags him by saying, "Yeah, but you was more unconscious, Joe." And it's like, "Yeah, but he fucking tried though, didn't he?"
Yeah, I was like,
he did. Where she was depressed on the back porch, and he kind of like toned it down. Like, what do you need? Are you okay?
Yeah, he was literally going to kill her, and then he saw that she was upset, and he was like, "Put the shotgun down," puts his arms around her, and say, "Like, are you okay?" Yeah, but it's also in the thing with like him being knocked unconscious by Glory, and I'm like, "Bitch, she's laid you out like 3 times, and he grabbed her in a headlock. Why are you trying to downplay him?" Like,
damn, Toonie coming in swinging.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
You would think with the big bad of the week that's like a god that she would like at least be a little tolerant to get as many people together to take this thing out. And he might have I mean, he does. He shows up in some of these episodes with some information well, granted not this one, he was lying through his teeth, but he does kind of hand off information to help them out and shows up in fights with them. So you would think, I should probably just tone it down because I'm up against this evil blonde god. I might need his help or people that he knows.
Yeah. Maybe Buffy was just on her rag.
No, I mean, realistically, it's just like one of those character moments of it doesn't matter whether she's like logically right. It's just she hates Spike for very good reason, to be fair, you know, with the whole like mortal enemies type of deal. And she's just sort of like unleashing anger on him. She's lashing out.
That's just lazy writing.
No, because I mean that's what characters are, isn't it? It's like at the end of the day, they don't always make all the logical right decisions. It is they do have these outbursts and arguments.
Yeah. The rest of the friends do come and sit down. Xander also with his shit cranked up to 11. Hey, Evil Dead, you're sitting in my seat. One thing I definitely argue against Passion of the Nerds. I'm assuming you guys all watched his synopsis of this episode. It's a really good one, but he's way off base. The whole James Marsters accidentally knocked the bottle down. No, he didn't. That bottle trick, knocking the bottle down and then swiping the money, that's a pickpocket trick right there that he picked up. He knocked down the bottle so people wouldn't pay attention. And then
thank you for putting that together for me. I thought it was actually like a blooper and he just went with it. And now that you're saying that, yes, that kind of puts that all together.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a detective, so there's that. So yeah, Ian's wrong about that. Her friends do come and sit down, but then they're all coupley. Remember in season 3 when Oz was intuitive enough to be like, you know, maybe we shouldn't be so coupley around Buffy, you know, and they're all fucking doing their shit. Although I do like the Anya dancing. Like Anya was out on the dance floor giving it her all, and I'm here for it. It's something they wind up using for her opening montage for the rest of the time she's on the show, which I liked. And then of course we get the exposition, you know, honey, you know, you can't be doing teleportation spells, and
my headache has gotten worse.
Yeah, I like that. I like that there's still some kind of consequence to that spell as well. It's still affecting her a few days on.
I do, and I'm glad you say that because it's interesting. You notice Xander's not wearing the cast anymore.
Yeah, so a bit of time has passed. Plus, Blonde is actually being redone as well. I've just looked up the trivia on it, and it remains that look for the rest of the series.
It's weird that I don't know, dude. Would his hand or wrist or whatever Olaf broke brutally like that, would that have healed that quickly?
Yeah, it would have taken a while.
At the very least, you still have like from the cast, used to be like a splint, and from the dialogue, it's like it's a few weeks later, maybe at best, cleaning up the bar or getting it back together.
Yeah, I gotta feel like that motherfucker. I mean, unless Willow did some sort of healing spell shit for him or something, which is not an impossible thought. Anyway, so you know they do the exposition dialogue and all that bullshit, and then we get Buffy following up. So this is when I realized. So following off what we talked about last week in Blood Ties, I was like, wait a minute, why is it Dawn saying that Ben turned into Glory? And for a half a second here, you can see Ben gets worried when she says, Dawn told me what happened at the hospital. And then he's like, oh, fuck. And, he realizes that whatever spell they use to cloak people's minds that don't see the switcheroo or the transformation stuff that happens when Ben takes back over the body, they whatever cloaking spell is still holding and it's still working on people's minds and shit. Because at first you can see his face, he's like, oh fuck. And then she's like, oh no, thank you for what you did. And he's like, oh yeah, totally. I was totally being chill. So that's it. And then I was like, oh, they had it. Which, I mean, you know what? Kudos to this show for not spoon feeding you the fucking thing, letting you kind of like have to figure that shit out on your own. The whole thing with Dawn, it is a thing in and of itself. But then they give a double whammy with the whole Ben Glory thing, and you're like, oh, okay, it's some sort of fucking spell that's masking. And they don't really hammer it home until much later, like many episodes later. And then they do it. And then when they do hammer it, it becomes like a funny joke, which is still funny to this day. So,
wait a minute.
Critter,
Glory?
Yeah, Critter didn't get last week. It's so funny. Toonie was in on the joke and fucking Critter wasn't. Critter was like, no, wait, no, but yeah, it's because of.
What was it the other way around?
I was being literal. Sorry.
I'm retarded.
No, that's for Toonie Boy. You don't use that for me.
Yeah, I didn't. Screw you. No. So the thing is that you say I was in on the joke. I definitely wasn't. I think I just said like what I don't know what it sounded like. You wanted me to say. Because when you were talking about the whole Ben and Glory switcheroo thing, I can't remember exactly how the conversation went, but I sort of stopped to question you for a second, and then the next thing I know is, oh, Toonie's in on the joke. I'm like, what? I don't know what joke.
If I'm giving you praise, even if it's incorrect praise, she just accept it. She just take it.
I can't do that. I can't take compliments that don't apply. I'm psychologically incapable of it.
Oh, we know why. We know exactly why.
Yes, let people take shit who don't deserve it, Tony. That's how humans work. Just pass on the blame.
I can picture somebody like we're in a group and you try to hype me up talking about all the people I've beaten in a fight, and I'm like, actually I haven't shit. Yeah, no, he's actually really tough. Shut up, don't listen to him.
I do know that. Yes, I do know that because in Iraq, the Kansas City Chiefs cheerleaders actually showed up on the fob at the chow hall, and I walked up to them because one of the tanker guys was like just staring at them from afar, like, oh my, like he'd never seen women before. He probably never seen women that hot before. I'm like, just go talk to him, dude. You're a soldier. And he's like, man, I don't even know what to say. I'm like, come on, let's go. And I walked up and I'm like, hey, did you guys know I'm also from Kansas City? And they're like, oh my God, that's so great. I'm like, yeah, but you know what else? I almost died last week. Literally. They're like, oh no. I'm like, yeah, but this hero right here, Private Johnson, jumped out of his tank and pulled me to safety while I was under fire. I literally was on death's door. And this guy came out and they all started like swarming him and hugging him like, you're a hero. And he goes, no, Mr. Kelly's just kidding. That didn't happen. Oh. And I was like, what is wrong with you? I could have gotten you laid tonight, bro. What are you doing?
There's nothing wrong with lying. There's nothing wrong with playing around. There's nothing wrong with playing along. For fuck's sake. It
was like Beverly Hills Cop. It's like the super cop thing. It was totally working. It was a perfectly good lie, and you guys fucked it up. Anyway, so we get to, yes, Tootie Boy, we're aware that's probably what you do. So we get to a scene that we've never seen before, as mentioned by Northern, an uptick in the budget, I guess. And a train. Do they ever show the train again after this?
I don't know.
They're on the set of the train, but not the actual full. They're inside the Scooby doing.
Yeah, but so think about all the stuff like the assassins from season 2 that get called in, whatever they were called, that Spike calls in, the League of Assassins or whatever. They come in on various different ways: a plane, a bus, a random car showing up, whatever. But none of them showed up on a train. Buffy left town at the end of that season after what she thought was killing it. She lives at, no one's ever been to the train station before, and I don't think since. I can't think. Faith shows up, doesn't show, and then leaves. Doesn't show that she's on a train or anything like that. So I don't know. Seems weird. It's weird too.
Watching the episode when the train's pulling, I'm like, well, that seems expensive. Like, I also thought uptick in the budget, just like when the helicopters zipping around in the other Buffy episodes. They got money to do the helicopter. Now they got money to have a whole train pull in and stop, and they got the other train next to you sitting there. It's a step up above the bus station where maybe one bus zips by and there's 5 buses just lined up parked and no one's moving around.
I've never been on a train before. So
What?
yeah, I never been.
Oh shit.
No, I mean they have a Palm tram, like we call it a tri-rail, which is just a city to city thing down in West Palm. But I've never been like on a train thing. It's weird because last week I brought, after we were done with our stream or before we did it, I can't remember what. Did we do the stream in the afternoon last week or in the morning?
Yeah, I think we did do it in the afternoon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's why I was thrown off about Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, I did have to bring a client to the Kansas City train station. He took the train all the way to New York. I was like, holy shit. I didn't know that. Is that still possible? I don't know.
Well, welcome to 2026. Yeah, you can take trains across country, getting off at different stops. Like,
yeah, I didn't know that.
Rail,
Well, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
I learned.
Now play the retard clip for yourself.
No, just because I don't know about trains. I'm from the city. I mean, I don't know, dude. What do you want? And aren't they super expensive? I don't fucking know. Whatever. Anyway,
no, seriously, it depends on how far you're going and what. Like, there's a commuter line in New York City along Long Island Railroad. It's like $7 to go like 3 or 4 stops, or 12 to go to the very end of the line. Then you go down the Amtrak. You're looking at 50, 60, or $100 depending on how far you're going.
how did I know that Critter would know about the fucking train shit? Of course you do. Anyway, we get on there and the conductor finds out that pretty much everybody in there is fucking dead. Like dead, and obviously they got neck wounds, so obviously it's a vampire situation. So we've got a new vampire in town. Huh?
This guy's dead tired.
Nice. Buffy comes home from her night out, being lame, and I do like the little exchange, with Mom and Giles. She's like, "Oh, thank God you're here. I always get so worried." But then I remembered that Giles was here, and I love Giles' line, "Thank you for the backpedaling." I would have, if she's lucky it's Giles and he's classy and it wasn't me, because I'd have been like, you know what? Wasn't I inside you a couple of times, Joyce? Why don't you shut your bitch mouth up? Didn't you let me blast you on top of the hood of a fucking cop car once?
Please, we're eating dinner.
Shut up. And then, of course, hey, can I be mean to my sister again? And he's like, yeah, I think you should, because, it's good for her. And she, was like, why did you take my sweater? And then we find out that fucking Captain Sweater Sniffer stole her sweater. Not cute, actually. Not cute. I'll tell you what is cute, though. You guys know what you guys know where I'm going with this? I'll tell you what is fucking cute. Motherfucking Harmony coming in, just dude, you're worried about Buffy, who fucking hates you, and you got motherfucking Harmony Kendall looking like a damn Barbie doll swarming all over you. He's
also got that cute mannequin. So,
yikes. But yeah, no. And then I like how she's. I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's lines by pulling these out. But at least it's like, we could do something different tonight. He goes, yeah, we're gonna shut your mouth for a little while. Dude, Joss wrote this episode. It's like, so many good lines in this fucking thing. Oh my God, it's so good. And then, of course, he comes up with the interesting idea. He puts the sweater on her and gives her a steak and has her jump around and do wild shit. Which, I mean, I'm not going to say I condone it, but I will say I understand. Fun fact, right around this time, about a year or two after this, both Mercedes McNabb, who plays Harmony, and Charisma Carpenter, who plays, of course, Cordelia, both did Playboy in the same year.
Nice.
So, yeah. I will say, well, unfortunately, Cordelia waited till after she had a kid. So, like, her Playboy, like, she's like strategically wearing like a a lingerie thing that like covers her stomach up and stuff. I'm not saying that maybe the stomach wasn't looking super great, but I'm not saying it did either. But I'll tell you what, like Mercedes McNabb, Harmony, she was banging in it. Like, dude, if you get a chance, look it up. Thank me later. And then, I totally forgot they were still in college until this scene. Like, at this point, I'm like, is she still going to school? Like, what? Like, really? At this point?
They're all like 42 years old in real life.
I mean, come on, admit it. You guys forgot too that they were still.
Yeah, I did. It's because it's barely focused on the fact they're still in college. I mean, it's not until you get to series 6 you realize, oh shit, yeah, they're working jobs now. Buffy has to work a job now.
Yeah. When Northern says series 6, what he means is season 6 to us.
Season 6, yeah. Sorry, my Britishness is coming out. I'm trying to class up this stream a bit.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. I do like the fact that they are having this lively discussion. I like the fact that Tara is pretty much leading the discussion. I always like Tara getting some time. I really like her getting that. Like, it always makes me feel like she's part of the group and not some weirdo outsider that's just clinging on to Willow. I like that. And I like the fact that it's that ongoing thing that Willow thinks Buffy's kind of stupid, low key. Like, she just kind of just believes Buffy's dumb. And even when Buffy says, oh, it's the one with the gargoyles, the singing gargoyles, right? Even though it's a joke and it's meant as a joke, you can see Willow's face is like, really, Buffy? Which I think is a little unfair, but also kind of funny too at the same time. After some weird kink sex, and I'm wondering, where's Harmony during this? Like, is Harmony out? Like, where is she during the day? Is she sleeping down in there, or I'm wondering what's going on with
I don't know, because they spend a lot of time together, Spike and Dawn, don't they, in this scene? For a good while. I mean,
yeah, like she's hanging out there for a few hours. Like, was Harmony just sitting there fucking tweeting? Well, no, because they didn't have that back then. But I don't know.
He must have fucked her into the next world. Who knows? It was that good.
Having Harmony like maybe sitting in the back of the room and Dawn's hanging out with everybody would take away what I thought was a little creepy edge. Like, does she like him as a brother, or is she into him? Like, it's because she's like 14 or something.
I think she's supposed to be 14. Yes,
but it's just like she's going there. She likes him because she treats him well. But like, does she like him?
She does have a crush on him as well. Yes, I think that's established that she has a crush on him. And she sort of kind of owns it. When Buffy confronts her with it, she kind of owns the fact. She's like, look, he's got cool hair. He's good looking. He's got that, vampire vibe. And Buffy's like disgusted by it. And she's like, what? Like, you never liked a vampire? Like, come on. Because Buffy is very hypocritical with that shit. I mean,
he also kind of treats her with a certain level of respect, even though it looks like it's an older.
He does, yeah.
Using his sister, but there's also an element of respect in treating her as an adult almost.
I know, and he does kind of help her come to terms with the fact that she's only been alive just for a few months, and is like, well, I used to be human. I got over it. It doesn't always matter how you start, and that was kind of cool of him. He's being kind of sweet and understanding without realizing it, because we see hints of this confliction in him later.
Well, it's just so much bullshit that she has to deal with from the family and the surrounding friends that are kind of treating her with kid gloves, and he's just a dick, and he's just like,
he's straight up to her. He's straight up to her.
Yeah,
and almost the behavior of her friends and family like leads, like, why are you dating that evil guy? Well, my friends and families were dicks. He gets me whether he does or doesn't, and that kind of sends her into that direction. Yeah,
that definitely has been a big point for me. That's how I kind of just get by, because I don't have a lot going on in real life, but I am a total dick, and people will fuck me to make their parents suffer. So, and I enjoy that. And I embrace it. As the police captain girlfriend and her military sergeant major father who hates me will attest to, and I'm here living in the house. So, toxicity rules again. So Buffy's giving her the lecture of, you got to stay away from him because he is just a killer. This seemed harsh to me at the time that I watched, because I'm like, I love Spike, but watching it with new eyes, because I rewatched it this morning in order to obviously snag these clips, And I'm like, you know what? Fucking Buffy kind of having a point, and we're gonna get to why here in a minute. And just Dawn's, of course, Dawn's not fucking listening because chicks don't fucking listen, and especially your little sisters, you can't give them advice or not. And then I do like the 180 that goes on where Buffy feels like she's being so big sisterly and insightful, and Dawn sees right through it and is just like, yeah, it doesn't matter if I have a crush on him. That doesn't mean anything because he has a huge crush on you. And Sarah Michelle Gellar's great in this scene because when Joss is writing for her, she really can pull out some excellent performances. And this fucking look she gets on her face, she sells it. She sells the fact that, she didn't know. And she also sells the fact that, even though she didn't know, it rings enough true to her that she believes Dawn. She's not like, she's like, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day, because crime scenes don't mean dick in Sunnydale, clearly, her and Xander go to take a look at the train massacre thing. And weird that she brought Xander. No construction today, Xander? Why?
Maybe give him some screen time.
Yeah.
There was one thing that bothered me about this scene as well. After she tells Xander about Spike being in love, she sits on the actual seat where the fucking
yes.
I was like, what the hell?
I found that quite funny. But when they clean up a crime scene, I think these strips would have been taken away, considering there's no blood stains anywhere.
That's also good. That's valid. Both of your points are very, very valid. And yes, I don't
know.
know. I kind of thought it was funny. I thought it was funny because it was like, because murder is so mundane in Sunnydale that it doesn't really even matter anymore. It's just some randos on a train. So Buffy's just like, whatevs. I'll just sit where this guy was fucking massacred.
In the same pose.
Pretty much in the same pose too. I like that. She just sits. She's just like zero fucks given. And he doesn't you could at least, if Xander had not just continued on with their conversation, and he'd have been like, oh, like, Buffy, are you sure you're gonna sit there?
maybe sit in a chair that didn't have a dead guy in it.
Yeah, but he doesn't even like give it any kind of acknowledgement. Is the fact. I watched this, and actually I did laugh out loud when she did it, because she's just lost in her own problems. And I love Xander's fucking reaction to Spike's crush. It's like, no, I think he seriously does. It's like, oh, I hope it's true. It's funnier if it's true. So, and then, reality sits in, and whether or not these little vignettes were happening before this is unclear, but it's like one of those things that, once you get some info, so like, if somebody's cheating on somebody, and then you start to, and the thing for a fact, so you see it with different eyes, or if somebody's, being subversive, or somebody's doing whatever, you can see it with more clearer eyes. And that's what the scene is about. And this scene is extremely cringy when I rewatch it. I'm like, oh God, man, Spike, you're being so fucking obvious right now. Like it's just bad. The sitting on top of the countertop as if he's part of the family, and fucking listening to Joyce's very stupid, boring,
as if like he's good friends with her or something like that, as if he knows
right,
her, as if he's closer friends with Joyce than he is with Buffy or something like that. And it's like, no.
Real quick, what does Joyce do for a living? Does anyone know?
Yeah, it's not really established, is it?
She's a homemaker.
Get child support from the dad? I don't know.
Yeah, she is. She got half. She took fucking half. You watch. She's still getting half these days.
The house is paid for, so she's set.
Well, it's like, so she's had like things like random boxes in, like, remember when Buffy went to college and she like turned her room into storage for like, I want to think that she like deals in art. I want to feel like she's like an art dealer or something like that. I like to think that maybe she worked.
I'm going to interrupt right there. Joyce Summers works as the owner and manager of her own art gallery in Sunnydale.
Where are you getting that from? Where are you getting that from?
The AI Wicca googly goog.
Well, that's why you're
the Double Meat Palace.
That's why you're the continuity expert and I'm the detective. I was able to guess that stuff, and you found the reality. So good job, team. But yeah, no, I also like to think that if she is an art dealer, like because of all the damage that's been done to the house and all this the stuff that she had to do, that maybe she was running drugs through it, you know, because fuck it, right? Like, you know, it's Sunnydale. I like to think that, you know, Joyce had a little side thing, a little side business going on. I was like, yeah, well, it's Sunnydale, so we can run some Colombian fucking marching powder.
Yeah,
Tonight,
Joyce Summers
on a
is
special
Breaking Bad.
episode of
She
Buffy,
breaks bad.
Joyce does drug dealing.
Yeah,
Well,
Joyce
yeah, I like-
Summers bakes bread and breaks bad.
Yeah. I like to think she's got like bearer bonds and stuff coming through that she's like hiding for like terrorists and shit, and and then the drugs are covered in coffee grounds.
Where were the other drugs going?
Where are they? But yeah, this is very cringy scene. It's kind of funny though too, like when they're on the stakeout and he's in the car and hands her the fucking flask and she's like, ew. He goes, no, it's not blood, it's just bourbon or whatever the fuck he says. And she's like, ew. Like, I still think it's gross. Regardless. Does the car look like he cleaned it up and polished it before they went out on the fucking date/stakeout? Or
It seems like the kind of thing. It seems like the kind of thing that he would do for this occasion.
It looks a little more gleamier than I'm familiar with.
He's trying to impress his favorite girl.
Yeah. But because it doesn't have like the blacked out windows and all the trash in it. I love that these two vampire squatters are just like looking at CDs they may or may not have stolen off of somebody and fucking making Jiffy Pop in their fucking squatting den. And then of course the whole Slayer, and then they haul ass, which I mean, valid. You know, the big bad Spike, who's obviously been working with the Slayer, and the Slayer show up and they're just kind of like, fuck, yeah, we ain't winning this one. And you know, they have the big excuse me. They have the big confrontation. Sorry. Little allergy this morning. They have the big confrontation and he outs himself, and he kind of doesn't really, at first he kind of guffaws it a little bit like, oh, you're off your nutter. But then he just kind of admits to it, and her reaction is well, basically exactly what you think it's going to be. So that's interesting. And then he comes back to find Drusilla, which at this point I'd already forgotten about the train thing. Like, I was so invested in the other story. Then I'm like, oh, it's Drusilla. And then, oh, of course, she would have that bad experience over on Angel, and she'd pop on over here. That makes sense to me. You know, it wasn't just like a dumb cameo, dumb crossover thing. It was like legit. Or did you guys think it was do you guys think it was ham-fisted, or did you guys think it was well done?
I thought it was a good reveal that you have a bunch of people bitten by a vampire. They're investigating indirectly the vampire, and then she shows up like, oh, of course. Like for me, it clicked. Like, oh yes, that's the vampire, obviously from the beginning.
What do you think, Toonie?
Well, the first time I'd watched this episode years ago, I don't think I twigged that it was Drusilla straight away until the reveal.
Neither did I. No, don't. Yeah, neither did I. To be fair,
I didn't think anything of it being ham-fisted or anything. It was just a Drusilla episode, as far as I was concerned. But I hadn't seen I hadn't seen Angel at that time, so I wasn't watching it alongside it. So I didn't have any idea what they were. I didn't even think much of it at the time either. But I didn't have any idea about like the backstory they were talking about, how they were bringing Darla back to life and Angel set her on fire. So I didn't really think anything of it. But obviously now this time around, we've been watching Angel alongside it. It now like makes sense. Like, oh, that's what she's doing here, and that's why she's covered in burn marks, and that's why they're talking about the little backstory.
You know, I've never even considered that as a possibility, that people hadn't also watched the crossover Angel thing. And then, wow. Hey, I'm going to pause the stream real quick. Got to take a phone call, use the bathroom, get a drink, whatever. But yeah, it's Drusilla. That's very interesting to me. I had never even considered the possibility that someone wouldn't know. That must be very confusing, having watched it like this. I guess I just take it for granted, the fact that, you know, I watched it in real time with the Buffy coming out first and then Angel episode following right behind it. Although there has been, as I mentioned in earlier streams, there has been instances where I missed one or, you know, usually I didn't miss the, I think I said last week I had not seen, because I got called into work or something. back in the day, and I had not seen Happy Anniversary until the rewatch when I bought the DVDs, and I was like, oh God, this is fucking terrible. This episode is not good. So, but yeah, Drusilla coming back. This marks, unless I'm mistaken, and I don't think I am, I believe this marks her last, not the actress's appearance, because she does come in other forms, like in flashbacks, and then, well, I don't want to spoil anything as a ghost thing or whatever, but I think this is the last actual Drusilla live performance. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure.
You might be right, because I do not recall any other appearance from her in any other later episodes outside of flashbacks.
Yeah.
So,
or well, the other thing that I don't want to spoil season 7, but the other thing.
By the way, Mr. Detective, you're right. Drusilla's final present tense appearance is season 5, episode Crush.
Nice. I like being right. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world. But yeah, it's a whole back and forth where she's like, hey, I want you to come back to LA with me and be part of the Fanged Four again, because we're going to turn Angel dark. And he's like, nah, I was in LA and it didn't suit me, and blah, blah, blah. And he doesn't. So does he really give a reaction knowing Darla's back to life? Or does they just kind of gloss over that? I feel like they kind of gloss over it. And then it's back to the bloody, and again, like I said, this had just come out like very, very soon after Christopher Golden's amazing book, Spike and Drew. If you get a chance, go to the library, get it. If you can find it some other kind of way, get it. I am waiting on my copy right now. $30 fucking I got to pay for it on Thrift Books. It's the most expensive Thrift Books I've ever bought. It's crazy because I used to have like 2 copies of this book. I have no idea. Sometime between Iraq and fucking my other adventures, I lost it. But it's so good. And so this had just come out very soon before this, and very enjoyable. And so this was kind of cool. I almost wondered, did they figure out a way to get her in there because that book was making the rounds and things like that? Maybe they did, or maybe it's just a coincidence. I really couldn't say with any kind of authority, because the book does slightly deviate from continuity, so it's possible it's just one of those coincidences. But anyway, I had gotten 2 copies for my mom bought me a copy, and my girlfriend bought me a copy for my birthday that year. So I had like 2 copies of it and just kind of kept them for the longest time. And now I don't have either. And now I got to fucking buy it again, which sucks. Anyway, Drusilla tries to take him on the dark walk, saying, hey, you're just, you can get past this. We can figure out a way. It never occurred to me. I'm like, dude, is she just totally fucking insane? He can't get past the chip thing. And then, of course, she's not as insane as she appears, because they do, in fact, get past the chip thing. And although he doesn't technically kill this chick, at the very least, he's an accessory to murder. And watching it this time, so there's a couple ups on the catwalk at the Bronze, and Drusilla, marks them, kills both very quickly, and gives one of them to Spike. And you can see in his face, he's like conflicted about it. He's like, am I really going to do this? Is this? And then, bloodlust, of course, takes over, and he falls victim to his more primitive, baser natures, and fucking drains this girl. And I guess technically, because she's dead, it's okay.
He can't harm a person without his head giving him a headache. She's already dead. He didn't harm her.
Yeah. So weird. And I guess he just doesn't really have that many opportunities. I don't know. I'm not sure what Drusilla's logic was here, though. What is she trying to do? Is she trying to get him to just, short circuit the chip and get past it, and blah blah blah? Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to know. Drusilla's shenanigans are always wild as shit, like they are in that book I mentioned, the Spike and Drew Pretty Maids All in a Row. Not that he didn't go along with it, but whatever. And then you think it's they wind up tasing Buffy and holding her hostage, but then he does a rope-a-dope and then fucking tases Drew, because it's not about getting back together with the ex. He wants the present crush. See what I did there?
It's
to
about
love him.
He
It's
said the
about
title. He
sending a
said the
message.
title.
Yeah, it's about sending a message. And
Why did you
yeah.
do Bane? You did that in Bane's voice. It's about sending a message.
Oh, you citizens of Sunnydale, you're
I
reckoning.
give you permission to watch Buffy and Angel.
They're both quality shows.
Oh.
All right, so you know what? We apologize for the horrible fucking Tom Hardy Bane impersonations done on the show. We're better than that. I mean, we aren't, but I'd like.
No,
to
we're not.
We're not. We're not.
Me so sorry.
Didn't like that one, huh? Well, me so sorry. Oh.
And so I did. So one thing I didn't twig, as you guys say, is the fact that he is trying to work the same beats as Angel. You know, hey, I'll kill my longtime vampire paramour for you. And I love that Buffy's just like, I don't care. Kill her. She killed my friend Kendra. I don't give a fuck. You know, like, kill the bitch. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, shit to me. Buffy in this scene where she's chained up and vulnerable with fucking Spike and Drusilla and even Harmony is just, she's just like, dude, did you not see a couple episodes ago where I wiped out 20 fucking vamps in the alley? I don't give a shit. I'm at peak level here. If I decide I want to get out of these things, I'm going to get out of this shit. And she's just like, she kind of reminded me of, you guys ever seen Full Metal Jacket, when clearly it was time to de-escalate the situation when the drill sergeant finds what's his name?
Gomer Pyle.
Gomer Pyle with the fucking loaded M14, and he's like, that would be the one time to dial it down. And he's like, what the fuck is the matter with you, Pyle?
Hey, son, you having a rough night?
Yeah, that would have been like, hey, buddy.
Hey.
I'd have been a little rough. I got a jelly donut in my office if you want it. And then also Harmony's last appearance on Buffy, as far as that goes, moves over to Angel. That's fine. But yeah, that's crazy, man. So, the whole, I'm the actual girlfriend and I'm the wannabe girlfriend and blah, 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 blah. And I love the fact that Spike is so tenacious and like, he just he zero fucks given. He, after all that bullshit happens and Buffy rocks his shit, he's following her, trying to convince her that this can work some kind of way. And Buffy's just walking away from it, doesn't have it. And I didn't notice until this rewatch of it that she had said over the phone to, I'm assuming she was talking to Willow and was like, hey, I need you to do me a favor. And it didn't occur to me that the favor was go do the uninvite spell or whatever they call it. Do they have a name for that spell, or is it just basically we're just calling it the uninvite spell?
Yeah, I don't know the name of that. So yeah, uninvite.
Yeah, but everybody here knows what I'm talking about. Like once the I think it's called a revocation spell, where the previously given invitation into the mortal person's home, the vampire no longer is allowed with it. Like they've lost visitation rights, or as Buffy so eloquently said when they did that to Angel, she's like, sorry, Angel, changed the locks. And his look of just like, dude, like this crushes him. See what I did there? More than almost anything else does.
His face, it's so sad as the door, like he realizes and the door shuts. It's very sad.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Crush. Let's get everybody's thoughts. Toonie boy, I'm gonna let you go first. And let's see what's your favorite quote and what's your overall thoughts on the episode. Pretty please.
I'm gonna save my favorite quote for last, actually, because I've got a challenge for you. Yeah, I'll tell you about the challenge in a second, because I did really, I hate saying I really enjoy the episode because I say that like every time. But no. So as far as again, still think it's insane that they made this a Valentine's episode, considering the whole nature of the relationship. But oh well. It doesn't push the main plot forward very much, but it does kind of lay the seeds for what plot lines and character arcs that are going to be coming forward. And I think so. This is episode 14 now. How many episodes are in the season total? I think within like 20. The last 10.
Yeah, we're in the bud. We're in the downward slope. It's 22. So 22 is standard back in the day. So you can count on 20 with the notable exception of season 1 of Buffy, which was a mid-season replacement at the time for another WB show. So they only got to do 12 episodes. Everything Buffy and Angel is 22.
There you go. So we have now 8 episodes left, I believe. So we're getting closer and closer to the really good stuff now.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't think, I mean, you guys may or may not disagree with me. It's completely up to you. I don't think we get another bad episode the remainder of Buffy season 5. I don't think so. I mean, and when we go, episode by episode, maybe something that I previously really enjoyed, maybe I'll be like, maybe it's not as good as I remember, but I don't think so. I think everything from here on in is solid gold standard, I think, but I could be wrong. And maybe you guys disagree. It's completely subjective to your opinion. But okay, I'll take your challenge if I can. I'll try. Northern, do you want to give me your thoughts on it and then give me your quote?
Yeah, I really like this one as well. I like the little callback to Angel with Drusilla and the injuries that she sustained from Dark Angel, nearly burning her to death. But once again, I like seeing that Spike is, it's all out now. It's all out in the open, and we are starting to see a little bit of development with Spike. He's still kind of not getting the right idea about what it means to be a good person because he's been a psychopathic demon killer for so long. But that little scene where he's conflicted after Drusilla breaks that woman's neck so he can feed. I mean, that does kind of hint that maybe there is still that good in him. It's just he's just still Spike at the moment, isn't he? And and once
there is still good in you, Father. I can sense it.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I kind of is like that a little bit. And once again, it does add a little bit more consistency to his redemption as the series goes on. And once again, James Masters is just so fucking funny. You kind of feel sorry for him, but at the same time, he's still a bit of a fucking lowlife. And it's a very funny episode as well. And I kind of feel sorry for Harmony because even though she's an evil vampire, she gets shit on way too much, doesn't she? By
way too much.
Yeah,
way too much.
But I love that makes her sympathetic.
I love me some Harmony. Harmony, to me, I could fix her. I would be like, yes, I love me some Harmony. I don't want to spoil, but when she gets brought onto the other series, full time, I'm like, I was so happy. I was like, yes, love this for us. So, and I just like Mercedes McNabb. I don't know what else. I liked her when I thought she was funny and adorable in the Addams Family movies.
I can't believe she's on it twice, isn't she? As the Girl Scout and the really snooty sort of perfect girl at the old Girl Scout thing as well. Yeah, she's very funny in it.
She's a fucking long running. I mean, she is a long running character on these show. Like, dude, season 1, episode 1, she makes it all the way to, well, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but she makes it all the way to the end of the Buffy verse. So, and beyond, if you read the comics. So, but yeah, no. I got a private chat. What's say? Got to go help my mom with something. I might be a few minutes. It's up to you if you want to pause the stream or come back to the challenge after Angel. I do want your challenge, Tony Boy. So if you're still listening, it is Buffy quotes. So bear it in mind. Yeah, I'll bear it in mind. That's not how you say bear. That's BEAR for bear it in mind, but that's okay. What's your quote, Northern?
Okay. Honey, did you somehow unintentionally lead him on in any way? Send him signals? Well, I do beat him up a lot. For Spike, that's like third base.
You know what? That is a banger fucking line. I'm jealous. It's not the one I picked, but it's also a great. The writing in this episode is fucking perfection. Just absolute pure cinema. Okay, great. Critter, please give me your thoughts and your quote.
To repeat it, yeah, I enjoyed this episode, and I think what you just said, yeah, the writing. There were never any weird, clunky bits of dialogue or something that made me think the character wasn't acting within character. Side note, to revoke access of a vampire, you need to what do you call it? Cast a spell. So if you're operating within the rules of the Vampire Diaries or Buffy the Vampire Slayer universes, a spell is required to force a reaction. So that's most likely what you said. Yes, there's a spell probably cast from help from Willow.
Oh, I knew there was a spell. I didn't know if we had a name for it. I guess we'll just. I guess
the uninvitation spell.
I feel like revocation would probably.
Yeah,
be...
and that's just the title of the article. Like the uninvitation spell doesn't say like revocation or access deniacus or whatever. Anyway, like the episode, nice and creepy in the beginning. And I really, everyone's already said, but I will say that it was a good episode, very enjoyable and nice and creepy. And of course, Spike always stealing it and so sad. He's trying to be cool and get humbled, and he's kind of simping, and he looks really hurt at the end. So my favorite quote: Spike, when Dawn is in his lair, like, you got to go. No, I don't want to go. Well, you got to, because I got things to do, bad, evil things that are not for a child's eyes.
Okay. I mean, I've said what I needed to say about this episode. It's just a banger. I think they're all bangers. I think from the long slide to the end of season 5 season finale, what could have been the series finale, is just a big long list of bangers, in my opinion. And again, I may wind up changing it upon doing this rewatch. I may not. Time will bear that out. Has somebody got echoing going on in the background, or no? Okay.
Oh, no, seems all right.
What?
Okay. Maybe it's my PTSD is probably kicking in.
No,
anyway,
I do hear it, but it's very slight.
Oh, okay. It was such a hard time watching there's so many great lines in this one. So many from I worked hard for that money. It's like, so did I. You stole it and you're making it hard work. There's so many good ones in this one. I fucking love it. But of course I got to give it to Spike. Has the absolute best. And I laughed so hard that my girlfriend actually walked in the room. She's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Buffy." It's like, okay. And then I rewound the part and she laughed at it too, because it's something that not only do I find so in Spike character and so funny, but it's also something I literally have said, which is when he's doing his big rant with Buffy and Drew locked up, and he's just like going on the big, like, "Why do you bitches do this?" Blah blah blah. And then he kind of stops. I'm a big fan of. There's probably a name for this trope or this style, but there's a thing that Robert Redford made famous, which is to interrupt yourself mid monologue or conversation and kind of shift gears with it a little bit, and it gives it a lot of verisimilitude. Authenticity in the way that you speak, because he's ranting and screaming and raving, and he goes, "I don't want to do this because Buffy, this thing with us, it's wrong. I know it." That just makes me laugh so hard that he can be so self-aware and just be like, "I know this is dumb and crazy and this makes no sense. I get it." But I don't, he's such a slave to his passions that he can feel a thing and know a thing, and both things can be true at the same time. But also the fact that he calls himself out on it. I am a huge fan of that. I love that trope because I do it in real life, because I'm like that. I'm so much like that. Night before last, we all got slammered here at the house. I had bought a pint of ice cream for the girlfriend, and she knew enough to see how drunk I was getting, so she hid it. So I went hunting for it and couldn't find it. When I came out, she was like, "I hid the ice cream," and I started laughing. I was like, "You knew what I was gonna do. Good for you. Good for you." I love that. That is why, if people wonder how James Marsters and his character survived so long on the show and then extended itself to the next one, it's because of his fucking charisma, man. He's able to pull that off flawlessly. And I love it. Toonie Boy, are you back? No? Okay, we're going to move on to Angel. We can still play his challenge quote game at the end. I don't think we're any worse off for it. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's slide up into Angel.
You have the right to remain silent.
Angel has turned against the law.
I just killed a cop.
You think you say it can? It will be used against you in a court of law.
They're here.
Now his friends are in the line of fire. Angel.
Again, what a misleading promo. The promo is extremely misleading. I don't remember that promo at the time. Oh, there he is. Toonie Boy, before we get too balls deep into Angel, did you want to do this challenge or whatever that you were talking about?
Yes. So unfortunately, I missed everybody's quotes. Does everyone remember what the quotes were? It's very important. For you three, it's important that you all give your quotes first.
Okay. Well, mine. So in reverse order, mine was when Spike is having his huge rant and monologue, and he stops himself mid monologue and just says, "This thing between us, Buffy, it's wrong. I know it is. I know it's wrong. It is, but I can't help it." And that, and I gave a few reasons, personal, anecdotal reasons why I personally like it so much. So that was mine.
Yeah, mine was well, it's Spike, so beating him up is kind of like third base. That was my quote. What did Craig do his quote?
I thought he did.
Craig,
I did. When Dawn wouldn't leave, Spike tells Dawn to get out of his lair. He goes, she's like, "Why?" He's like, "Because I got things to do, bad, evil things, not my child's eyes."
Okay, so does that feed into your challenge, Toonie Boy, or what?
Yeah, but it kind of makes things like 4 times as difficult for me. Fuck. Because none of you guys have stolen any of my quotes.
Okay.
wait, no, just to double check. No, what did you say your quote was again?
Well, I do beat him up a lot, and for Spike, that's third base.
Fuck's sake. Right, so I said I've got 4 quotes, and I was just in case anyone stole any of them. Right, so the challenge was supposed to be this, Toxic. I was expecting to be down to my last quote. Like, you'd all knocked all of my quotes off, and I had 1 left. I was going to say, Toxic, if you can guess my remaining quote, then you will, then I will, if you successfully guess my remaining quote, then I will pause all of the current videos I've got scheduled to come out, and I will literally play Chaos Bleeds until completion. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete 3 random quotes, because this is not fair if you have to guess between 1 of 4.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no, you've got 4 possible answers, and you've already, there's not any of your ones that you've done.
So
I think because your challenge failed spectacularly, that you should just still play the Buffy game.
I do too. I want to see you play that game regardless, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and guess it. So I'm to understand that none of your quotes were any of the ones we said. Is that what I'm understanding, right?
Yeah. So I'm trying to pick like 3.
You're saying I don't have to guess all 4 of your potential quotes.
No, you just have to guess one of them. But I've deleted 3, so I've got 1 remaining. I've chosen one that's remaining.
If I guess one of the 4, does that count or no?
But that's the thing. If it's one of the 4 that you haven't chosen, I feel like it would be almost guaranteed that you're gonna, of all the really good quotes, it's almost guaranteed you'll pick one of them. So I thought, just to make the stakes high, then I've narrowed it down to 1 quote.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I've deleted 3 quotes, and I've got 1 remaining. If you can guess this one, then there you go.
From what I know of you, I'm guessing it's probably going to be, and do I have to have it verbatim? Can I give it?
No. If we know which scene, if we know what line you're on about, then it's fine.
I think when they make a move on the squatter vampire, and he's like, "On behalf of my species, I'm deeply ashamed," or whatever. Is that maybe it? No, I guess not.
I don't actually remember that quote, but no. To be fair, there was actually 1 line from that scene that I did have a quote from.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
You've already guessed.
It's no. Let me do it. I bet I get this right.
Okay.
It's where she's like, "What is this? A date?" He's like, "A date? Are you off your git? Did you want it to be?"
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was the quote.
Yeah!
No, you already made your guess. You already guessed.
The vampire detective strikes again.
You already guessed. You already guessed. No.
What?
You already gave your guess. I had to give you a clue. I had to give you a clue.
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Give me a clue. I guess that fair and square.
You already gave. It's literally live. What are you gonna do? Cut it out?
I'm saying though, like but I got it. Out of all the things it could have been, I got it right. You're not gonna
I told you there were 2 quotes from that scene. You guessed the wrong one, and I said no, but it is a quote from that scene. Of course you were gonna get it.
I mean, it could have been anything, and jeez, man, you are you know what? Whatever, then don't play the game.
You know what, Toonie, go tell your mom that you're untrustworthy.
Yeah.
How is that untrustworthy? No.
Rossi, you are nothing but a whore.
Yeah, Toonie, you're nothing but a whore.
Yeah, Lord Toxic, you can edit this out later. I'll dub over Toonie Boy, and that way you can have it go your way, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Shut the fuck up when I'm talking to you, boy. Bitch made boy.
All right. All right. You're gonna fucking renege on your thing. That's fine.
He's a renegger.
Oh shit!
What?
He's a renegger.
What?
Oh,
No,
we got to edit that fucker out now.
I'm sorry.
Critter,
What?
no.
What's that? Did someone say salt and
I
vinegar?
said nothing.
Like what?
Delete it. Edit that out.
I can't. Oh no, Critter, no! Why did you do that?
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
You already got editing to do, so just snip that out.
It's staying in. It's staying in, buddy. Staying in there. Enjoy being canceled right along with me. You'll be down to 250 subscribers like I got. Anyway.
Or up 250 subscribers.
Yeah. I mean, it really, it just depends, really. But yeah, no. Okay, so we're back on Angel. And let me pull the image up. So, oh, fuck. I lost the thing. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Got it. So we're on Angel, and I like this one. Thin. It's got an interesting concept. It's got cops doing weirdo shit, and Angel's still kind of on the outs with the group, although you can see he's kind of trying to maybe ingratiate himself a little bit. He's definitely trying to ingratiate himself with Kate, but maybe it's because he originally thought he was a cop killer. As far as that goes, and we get Anne Steele. What's her? What I don't remember what she called herself on Buffy, but the runaway girl. She has actually become a counselor, and as a reminder from Blood Money, she's running her own center to help kids out. Very admirable, and that's I like the continuity of her being that. I like the fact that it's a continuity that Gunn would know her. Because he's been on the streets, being homeless on his little war with, the evil out there and things like that. So, a lot of his guys have probably run through. I like this character. I like that they get this drug dealing, bad guy character that's just randomly. I always like when there's like a big, evil thing going on. And then one of the people is questionable. Like, one of my favorite movies is From Dusk Till Dawn. I love the fact that you got this murderous bank robbing duo brothers that get caught up in that, along with the regular people and shit like that. I like Kate's inclusion in this, and it's not overdone, with the, of course Angel would, once he figures out that, dead cops are being resurrected to, wreak havoc or whatever, of course he would go to Kate. And I like the fact that Kate isn't being super shitty, and I like it. I like the whole thing, and the kind of assault on precinct 13 type vibe they have. And of course we get the big horrific, Wesley gets shot thing going on. That's very interesting that happens, because there's real consequences in this, in this business. And also it strengthens the bond between, Wes and Gunn. I like that. The fucking kid that's like, he's supposed to be a hoodlum kid, and he shoots the cop after the cop shoots Wesley, and he doesn't know enough not to he drops the fucking weapon. It's like, I just shot a cop. Here, let me leave the evidence right here on the street. So that's odd that he would do that, or think that was a good idea to do that. Not digging Cordy's hair or her outfit. No, this is doing a little too much. I don't know what's going on here. I think maybe she was doing a movie at the time or something like that. I don't really remember what she was doing but I don't know. I do like the fact that they do have, like I said, the assault on Precinct 13, and then the ticking clock thing with the fact that Wesley takes one to the stomach. That's a bad shot. That's not good. That could have gone one of several ways with that. And I like that the following next 2 or 3 episodes do actually have some consequences. Fucking Wes is in a fucking wheelchair for a while, and I was like, are they gonna make him like a Professor X type? Like, is he gonna be crippled moving on from this? Is this gonna be a thing? Thankfully it wasn't, and they didn't do that, because I don't think that would have worked very well. But I mean, it was interesting while it was going on. And so the dead cops are being resurrected by I don't know, I guess a crooked racist cop, I guess we're supposed to understand, who wants to clean up the streets or something with his old pals or some shit like that. Like, I don't really, his motivations seem kind of unclear as far as that goes, but he sends in the troops to, go after, the kids at the thing. And
I think that cop at the precinct was angry that all these guys lost their lives while trying to clean up. And yeah, there probably was that racist element because, from the location, looks like maybe it was African American guys that were the shooters or whatever. But yeah, so I think he was just angry because it didn't seem like every cop he worked with, because there was a nice large a bunch of them. I think it was over several years, all these cops that quote unquote gave their lives to protect the city, and that's why he's that's what he's doing, to bring them back to push back.
I like that this guy thought he was just fucking Angel just wrecks his shit. Again, that's cool. And it doesn't. So these guys aren't like just slow moving, like dumb zombies. They're actually like pretty formidable as far as that goes. And I like the fact that it's kind of like that Halloween episode where Giles had to smash the chaos bust head thing so that he could stop the spell or whatever. And kind of Angel, same situation. And I like how all the people are working together. Even the bad guy, even though he's kind of obviously out for himself or whatever, but I like that. I would have liked to have seen him as a recurring character. I think that would have been pretty cool as far as that goes. But alas, again, like a lot of like one-off characters, he doesn't get to come back. And then of course, right at the right second, they go to breach, and Angel stops the spell and fixes everything, and they all decompose, and that's the end of the episode. And it's pretty straightforward. No frills, no thrills episode. I mean, there's some lasting consequences, like Wesley getting seriously injured, but it's not just a consequence. It's helpful because it strengthens the bond between the three. And kind of, I think Cordelia was being a little too indignant at the end of the episode, but it's whatever, because I mean, Angel is back on his bullshit the following week, so make of that what you will. Much better episodes coming up that unfortunately do dovetail into a story arc that I don't really care for, that seems to be extremely the Pylea arc that a lot of people really like and enjoy. I gotta be honest, I don't fucking care for. But again, there are some great moments in it, so I'm not gonna completely shit on it. But yeah, I like this episode. I think it's a good one. Definitely better than last week's abysmal Happy Anniversary, but not as good as some of the ones to come. And that's okay. It's kind of a filler episode, but it does accomplish stuff. Probably my favorite quote. There isn't a lot of great dialogue in this one, but probably one of my favorite quotes in this is when well, you know what? I'm going to let you guys go first, actually, because I don't want to step on anybody's thing. So, Toonie Boy, I'll let you go first this time.
So I want to get my quote out of the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think my only real quote for this one is when Wesley's in the hospital and he's recovering from being shot.
Damn it!
Yes,
damn
no,
it!
I've done it now. No, okay, all right, I'm doing it now. Yeah, he wakes up in the hospital. Gunn says something about you should be in a lot of pain from being shot. And then Wesley goes, well, surprisingly, it turns out and he stops and he goes, is this morphine? And Gunn says, yep, it is. And he goes, it's bloody lovely.
You know, the one time I'm fucking nice and then you steal my fucking quote, but that's fine. All right. That's all right. That's all right. That is great. He's so fucking funny in that. I actually literally laughed out loud, but go ahead. You want to talk about it?
Sorry, I completely forgot to talk about the actual episode. Yeah. So Angel. So the thing is that in the last episode, they were kind of like inching towards the idea that he was on his way back to the main group. You know, like you kind of had that reflection moment where he says, I did kind of leave them out in the cold, didn't I? And then in this episode, he doesn't quite meet up with them. And well, actually, you do have the moment where Cordy shuts him down when he does visit Wesley in the hospital. But I still think he's in Dark Angel mode for the moment. There was that moment with it is Kate, isn't it? The cop, his cop friend.
Kate.
Yeah, it is Kate. Okay, right. Just double checking. So after they've resolved the whole plot, and she makes that comment about how the crime rate had actually gone down while those zombies were in charge, and so they basically just reintroduced rape and murder back into the community. And then Angel has the comment is like, well, I can live with that. And I was like, I mean, I know you're trying to be the Archangel at the moment, but is that really a sensible thing to say?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pushing the, you know, there's no like main villain, there's no like seasonal main villain in the episode, but it is still just sort of pushing it's not so much pushing the plot along so much as it is pushing the characters along. So it isn't quite a candy episode, I would say, but it isn't like a big mainline episode either.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you. Okay, great. Critter, go.
Yeah, I liked it because it turned to like you said, a zombie movie, Night of the Living Dead, Assault on Precinct 13, and getting back to the drug dealer being a jerk. Every zombie film has that one idiot, you know, that one bad guy trying to screw things up, or who screws things up when everyone's trying to survive.
Yeah,
you know. I liked early in the episode because when Merle and Angel are hanging out or getting information, and Merle's like, "Jesus, man, I mean, you can't, you know, knock," and Angel's like, "You don't make that funny expression when I knock, or if you do, I don't see it."
Okay. All right, great. Northern, go.
It's an okay episode. I mean, it's not one episode that I've been always looking forward to watch every time I do go back to Angel, but it's okay enough. I mean, Angel's sort of like still sort of cynical, but there's still a part of him that still wants to be with his team and try to be the good guy again, you know, the altruistic hero on the path to redemption, all that. And Cordelia can be, I like Cordelia being a little bit petty, and but we do get a bit of suspense as well with the police trying to come into the homeless shelter with Wesley, you know, nearly dying of a gut shot, which does add some suspenseful, a bit of suspense. But I do like seeing Anne being a little bit more confident now. She doesn't seem so depressed and miserable with or lost. She actually seems like she's found her place now, and it does kind of warm my heart. And she looks like she's being viewed as this sort of mother figure to these lost kids, which I've kind of found very endearing. And I think the old police dead thing did feel maybe a little too heavy-handed. Maybe I don't know if it's trying to go for the whole racial thing with police brutality and all that lot, but I don't know. But yeah, it's mostly just that, like you said, it is a bit of a filler episode, and I think my favorite quote is, "These are good cops. They put their lives on the line. They died on the streets. You should have left them that way."
Nice.
That's it. Yeah.
Nice. And you didn't steal mine, and you got a good one in. My quote, was going to be that it's bloody lovely, isn't it? It was so good. I almost went, because I'm from Florida, and I almost went to the, I was going to freeze out there and get frostbite, 65 degrees, 65. So that's like Arctic Circle from where I'm from in Florida. I thought that was pretty funny and kind of, you know, truism, although I've definitely adapted to the Midwest now.
Yes.
But
yeah, that especially is a good one, especially since I'm doing Miami Vice now, and you know, we're learning more about how fucking hot that place can be. Especially,
dude, you don't even know. You don't even know the half of it, my brother.
Yeah, you got to bring a big bag full of shirts, you know, because you're just gonna sweat through them within seconds.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's pretty fucking hot out here in Kansas.
I also wanted to say, like, I noticed at the end, Kate's explaining that the crime stats were down while the zombie cops are out there doing stuff, And it's like, yeah, now there's like, two grapes, 4 shootings, burglary, and like that's what we gave back to the community. It's like, well, I'll live with that. It's like the flip side of the girl who runs the Wayward home, taking bad money. So he's like, yeah, like now without the zombies, now you're gonna have all this stuff coming back to the community. He's like, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. I did get a different quote. I had to go to IMDb to find it, but it is good. It's the when Anne is asking about the new setup they do, and he's like, we're gonna be changing it to the Gunn Agency, and Cordy and Wesley were like both indignant, like, no, we're not. And he's like, as soon as these two narcissists come to their senses. That's such a funny line coming from Gunn, which is more of his character development, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it all day, and I really like it. But yeah, good episode. I also, side note, I do like the scene when Kate is helping Angel with the investigation, or vice versa, depending on how you look at it. And she gets that realization, like, are they bringing dead cops back to life? And her first reaction is like, "Oh fuck, what did he bring my dad back?" And
shit, yeah.
That was really good, man. I'm a big Kate defender. I know she got a lot of shit. She was basically like the female Riley on the Angel show with the, they're like, she's kind of pointless or whatever, but I like her. She's a very beautiful woman. And I thought she gave a lot to that role, and there wasn't a lot to do with it. And, I get that she had kind of run her course or whatever, but, and I was happy to see her come back on the comic thing. I'm really glad they did. Although, to be fair, they didn't do much with her there either, but I mean, it's nice to see her again. So so a couple of banger episodes, and until the Pylea arc, and even the Pylea arc, even though I'm not a huge fan of it, it's still good. So it's definitely not, there's not really any bad episodes moving forward, and some really, really great ones. I wouldn't be too much in the minority if I said season 2 Angel coupled with season 5 Buffy is some of the best of the Whedonverse, really locked in. At least it is for my money anyway. But yeah, that's us done. And so we'll be next week. And as Toonie Boy pointed out, we are fast approaching the downward slope. We're coming for you, Passion of the Nerd. You better fucking up your game a little bit, homeboy, and quit just doing regular streams with your fucking gay and trans fucking friends on the rewatches and shit. You better start fucking getting some more content out there. But that's okay. We'll be I can see very soon we'll be flying solo without those training wheels, and I'm here for it. I think we are up to the challenge, guys. I think we are. But anyway, here's the outro, and I'll see you guys in the green room.
Ha 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 ha.